You're listening to the True North Success Podcast. Real stories of personal, professional, and financial wins from Alberta's best. With your hosts, Gary Ma and Amy Kim.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show today. My special guest is Nuzhat Tam-Zaman. And Nuzhat is the founder and the CEO of Veda CHP Inc., leading a global natural health product company focused on high quality and plant-based medicine. With over 17 years of experience as a co-founder and vice president of consumer health at Veda Canada Inc., she helped develop and commercialized 14 natural health and pharmaceutical products using patented bioactive identification technology. It's a real pleasure to have her on the show today. Welcome, Nuzhat.
Thank you, Kim.
Yeah, you can call me Amy.
Amy.
Yes.
Thank you, Amy.
Yeah, so Nuzhat, I gave a very quick overview of your success, but can you fit in the detail of what your business is all about and who are your main clients and how long you've been doing this for?
Okay, so Veda is a company that was founded by both myself and my husband, and that's the name Veda comes from the origins that we are. Like, my husband is Chinese, so he's the Sino, and Veda comes from Ayurveda. So Veda means the knowledge of science. So this is how the name came about. And Veda Canada Inc., the parent company, was founded by both of us in 2006, and based on a platform technology called PPT. It's a worldwide patented technology. And with this technology, we are able to identify the bioactives in natural molecules. And once we do that, we have a formula. It can be patented. Natural molecules are never patented, cannot be patented. But once you identify the actives and then come up with a formula and even have the ratios of those actives and how they work synergistically, that is novel and that is patentable. So this is how we have generated a series of natural health products. As you mentioned, 14 of them are approved in Canada. We have been exporting some of them in Asia. And just recently, I started Veda CHP, which is the company that looks after this, the natural health product side of the business. We started selling also in Canada, and going into, hopefully very soon, going into China, India as well. But our business, in the last few years, we have incorporated artificial intelligence and the pharmaceutical platform technology now. Along with AI, we call it AI PPT, has been used to develop quite a series of even RX candidates from cannabis. As you know, cannabis is legal has been legalized in Canada in 2018, and AI PPT has been able to identify the actives in cannabis, and we have developed two candidates, and we have tested it against a host of solid tumors, and now we are testing it in liver cancer. And the preliminary studies have been shown to be very promising, and it is very safe and efficacious. So we are doing those studies right now. So those will be developed as RX, like prescription candidates. But for me, I look after the natural health product side of the business, and this is what it takes me to a number of countries in the recent years, that we have been to a lot of trade missions to promote our products and to find distributors and partners, and to expand the exports of these consumer health products.
Awesome. Wow, that sounds very interesting and very advanced, and especially when it comes to with AI technology combined. So there are lots of competitions in the medical industry with the plant-based. What do you feel really sets you apart, and what comes natural to you that maybe others find challenging?
So in the natural product industry, like I'm a pharmaceutical scientist. I got my PhD from U of A. All of my life, we studied, the conventional ways of drug development and synthetic drugs. This is where the conventional way of getting new molecules and new drugs, but we bring in these pharmaceutical know-how, but going back to nature. And a lot of pharmaceutical drugs also have been developed from natural molecules. I mean, I can name some. Aspirin came from the bark of willow tree, and Taxol came from also from nature. Digoxin, Reserpine, like lots and lots of natural molecules came from nature. But the way they do it is, or they always look at the single molecule, they find what is most active, and then they isolate it, synthesize it, make it into a drug. But for us, we think that when something works in nature, it works in unison. So we find out what are the major actives that is necessary to elicit the biological action you are looking for, and this is how we develop our products. And yes, you are absolutely right. There are so many companies out there developing, health supplements or drugs coming from nature. But for our the uniqueness about our technology is that we like literally come down to the molecules, the active molecules, active ingredients that are necessary, and we find out even the ratios between those active molecules, and we study all the synergisms, the additive effects, and this is how we come up with our formula. And most our key products are patented or patent pending. So this is how our products and our technology is very differentiated between our other competitors in the market.
Awesome. How did you get into this industry? I always interested in learning more about like a background story. Is there something that interests you or something that you get into and then you wanted to learn more about it, go deeper? Could you share more about your background story?
Sure. Yeah, I am, as you know, a pharmaceutical scientist. As I just said, I came to Canada and did my PhD in pharmaceutical sciences. Before that, I did my bachelor's and master's in Bangladesh. And in Bangladesh, we always also, besides the pharmaceutical development and manufacturing and all those, we also studied something called phytochemistry or pharmacognosy, which means the study of plants. So there was a subject that we always studied, and I did my master's in Bangladesh to study the novel compounds of a bark of a tree, and I found very novel compounds that were very effective in against some bacterial infections. So that's where my interest came in. And then as growing up as a child in Bangladesh, we used to take natural medicine. Same with my husband. He's Chinese. He's a pharmaceutical scientist. He did his PhD from UBC. He was a professor at the U of A, for close to 20 years as a professor at the pharmacy professor. But then he also took a lot of Chinese medicine growing up. So we know that there is something there, and it works. And we are just making it better. We are just coming with our pharmaceutical know-how and bridging the gap of these Eastern medicine now with Western precision. So this is where the interest came in, and this is why we founded the company and just striving very hard to get some of these very key innovative products out in the market. And our goal is to save lives and just to make people live a healthier life in a much safer and efficacious way.
Awesome. Yes, I can relate to your story because I grew up in South Korea, and
Hmm.
we are just like the very similar culture like in Indonesia and
Yeah.
China. And
Yes.
I understand that when it comes to treating the symptom or need a surgery right away in a short amount of time and you have to get the result. Western medicine is a great solution, but when it comes to see a holistic point of view, like
Hmm.
I learned that like when you see even the color of people's eyes, and it doesn't often the root cause is not eye, it can be liver, something like that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
Exactly.
other than treating the eyes all the time, why don't we look at the
At the
root
source. Yeah,
cause? Yeah,
not the
root
symptoms,
cause.
but the source. Yes. Hmm.
Yes. So I love your story, and I know I can tell that there will be a lot of people interested in learning more about the products and the supplements that your company is offering. So I'm so
Hmm.
glad that we get in to know more about your business. So
Hmm.
that's awesome. So for anyone listening to like wanting to get better at providing the better plant-based services like that, what would you tell them? Or even someone who needs some help improve their health with the plant-based rather than so much with the typical Western the
Hmm.
medicine. What would you give some tips?
Okay. So yeah, I mean there are so many supplements. Sometimes you don't know, which one you buy, what is out there, what works. And I have to say there are a lot of supplements. The batch to batch consistency is never guaranteed because most of the time people look at extracts and they just buy the extracts and formulate it and put it in a capsule. And as you know, herbs, crops, they vary from harvest to harvest. So, but if you don't know what you are putting into the capsule, how can you guarantee the consumer that it's going to be the same from batch to batch? And this is where we come in. And so because of our technology and because of the formula that we develop, we can ensure that every capsule you take will be the same regardless of which harvest, what year they are coming from. Let's say, we develop products using ginkgo, ginseng, we have echinacea, we have lingji, which is a mushroom that we is very well known in China. Just the most recently, using our AI PBT technology, we have developed a product called Cordiva from a mushroom called Cordyceps militaris. In Chinese, they call it Dongchung Xiaqiao. It is a very well known mushroom. They take it as food. A lot of history of use. It's a well-known immunomodulator and works as a like high, rich in antioxidants, and it helps people to with their upper respiratory tract infections. So we developed this product to treat actually long COVID symptoms, to alleviate the long COVID symptoms. People are still suffering from a lot of, sometimes they don't even know where these symptoms are coming from. But if you talk to them, you will know that they had COVID, and then post COVID, some of these symptoms are not going away. And the key ones that we see is the brain fog. People just have this sensation in their brain that they can't focus, they can't concentrate. So brain fog, fatigue, like just lethargy comes in, and they can't go to work, they can stay at work for too long, and lingering cough. So these are some of the symptoms. After we developed the product, we launched the product in Hong Kong first, and then we got the approval in Canada, and we launched it in Canada. We did a study in 40 subjects. Within 1 to 3 days, people have significant relief of these symptoms. Using a validated questionnaire, we did a survey, and within 1 to 3 days, these 40 subjects, 90% of them said that they got better. So we launched the product now. It is available in Canada, is available in Hong Kong. Very soon we will be entering into China and India. So if anybody listening to me, if you are suffering from one of these symptoms, or it is most probably long COVID, In Canada, 4 million people are still suffering from long COVID, according to our statistics, and this is something that can help you. So yeah, I mean, supplements is something we all take, but you must ensure that you should know what you're taking, because if the consistency, the potency of those actives are not known and measured and quantified, then you will not see the effects consistently. But
Mm-hmm.
that is not the case when you take Sinovera products, because you will feel the difference very, very quickly, because it is made in a very pharmaceutical way. So it is almost works like a pharmaceutical.
Awesome. So if anyone wanted to, have an advantage of your products, is it we have to go see a doctor, or is it something we can just
Oh no.
contact you
Yeah,
directly
it
and
is.
then
It is over the counter. It is right now available through our website, sinoveda.shop. So you can buy it online, and some of them are also available in Amazon.ca, and also some health foods chain stores like Mint and Dispensaries RX that are in across Alberta, that you can buy. And hopefully we hope to go into some other retailers soon. We are talking to them, and then hopefully we can enter into some of the retailers hopefully next year.
awesome. So I wonder if anyone, I think that because I believe that one individual can have multiple symptoms, right? Like brain fog and then other symptoms at the same time. And it can be a little bit overwhelming if they go to your website to see what product would work best. So how do you do, like, do you have any the way that you can help like determine what product would be the work the best
Oh,
for
sure.
each
If you go
individual?
to our website, each
Mhm.
product has the description. We have another product for pain, like it's a topical cream that we developed using, again, 7 Chinese herbs, again optimized to give you the best efficacy in terms of inflammation, pain, swelling, and it has herbs that increases circulation in your joint, or where your pain is. So it works very, very well. We did also a survey in 60 subjects. More than 90% people said that Proflexa works. It does what it claims. So, and then we have a highly soluble and absorbable form of calcium supplement that is also enriched with other minerals like magnesium, zinc, and then vitamin D3. We did a clinical trial and compared it with Pfizer's Caltrate. We showed both in terms of safety and efficacy that our product was better. And most calcium supplements, including Caltrate, they're all based on calcium carbonates, and then it causes a lot of constipation for women. But our product does not cause any constipation, gas, bloating that people, women suffer from when they take calcium supplements that has insoluble salts. And so these descriptions are very well mentioned in our website, so it's very clear. If you know what you're looking for, and if you are suffering from any of these symptoms, then you can please check our website, and you can and buy the products right now that are available.
I would be very interested even checking out by myself for
Oh,
myself.
thank you.
Is there any, yeah, of course, yes. Is there any things to consider if you like to, purchase and then that take those supplements at the same time? Is there anything that we should consider? Like those one is not so good to, take together.
I
Is
see.
anything like that?
Some like Cordiva, the one that I just mentioned about the long COVID and the upper respiratory tract infections. That is, we say that it has to be taken in empty stomach. So when you
Mm-hmm.
take in the morning before you have your breakfast, it is advisable to take it in an empty stomach, because just because at during the empty gut there are bacteria that we think that helps it to absorb better. So this is why this particular product should be taken during in the morning or at night in an empty stomach. But others, like Effectical, it can be taken with or without food. which is also an added advantage because most calcium supplements you have to take it with food. That is pretty much a claim that Health Canada wants you to take calcium supplements with food because otherwise it causes gastric acidity. But this is something that our product can do. It can be taken both in an empty stomach or with food.
Yes,
So,
because it's plant basis, right?
topical cream, yeah. But it doesn't cause that much interaction with any other products that you are taking alongside, which is, you can be, sitting in front of your medicine cabinet and time yourself. So if you want to take it with some of your other supplements that you're taking, so far we haven't had any issues with that.
Awesome. Perfect. Thank you so much. So what is the one of the biggest challenges you had to overcome in your career?
The challenge I think we have been facing is, I think one of the ones that I would just, honestly mention is that what we are doing is something very different. And I would almost call it that we are going against the grain, meaning, if you know what I mean, like if, pharmaceutical development, because we are pharmaceutical scientists, we are developing pharmaceutical drugs. But instead of synthetic molecules, the conventional way of drug discovery is not what we are following. We are developing pharmaceuticals. Yes, the health supplements are there, which is, the over-the-counter products we have developed, but our value proposition for our company is to develop drugs, but not from synthetic molecules, from natural molecules, from nature. So now we are going back to cannabis and coming up with liver cancer therapies or other cancers, but from cannabis. Cannabis, people take it for so many years, for so many things, but still people don't know what are they taking, what is in there. But we are coming in, we have literally decoded cannabis, and we have found out some very, very potent cannabinoids in cannabis that are extremely safe and efficacious against solid tumors. And now the ones that we are studying is liver cancer. But when we talk to people about ourselves, when we talk to people about our technology in Canada with those, the VCs or banks or funders, they just don't get it. They don't understand what we are doing. They don't never heard of people coming up with drugs using natural molecules. So attracting investments, significant investments for our company in Canada has been a challenge, still is a challenge. We have talked to a lot of these venture funds. Anybody in our, if they were doing synthetic molecules, even at our stage, would be able to attract funding. But for us, that has been a major challenge. But in US, it is not so bad. It is people fund even concepts. People, if you go talk to funders, if they like what you're doing, you can attract funding. But in Canada, that has been a challenge. So now we are going out and talking to investors, funders in abroad. And in Asia, it's just the opposite. When we were in China just last month in Shanghai, attending the Chinese International Expo, and when we tell people that what we are doing, they understand it right away because they know traditional Chinese medicine, and there is a gap. There has been a major mandate for the Chinese president to standardize Chinese medicine and bring it to the pharmaceutical level or to get approvals from the FDA, but nobody were able to do that. And right now we have the technology, and we are the ones who will be able to bridge that gap and get some of these very, very key potent Chinese medicine and get the pharmaceutical status. And this is what we are actually doing. So yes, challenges are there for being here and doing something very, very different. As you know, when you are doing something very different than the crowd, people don't see you. People don't believe you until you you show something
Yeah.
that is it is possible. So yeah, so these are the some of the challenges that we faced and
Yeah.
still face.
It's a very inspiring story. I can see that why it can be challenging, especially in Western countries and culture,
Mhm.
because they are all so grew up with the that Western medical, the
Yeah, single molecule,
methodologies, and
single
then the magic
yeah bullet.
medical. But the people like us, we grew up in a we grew up with those herbs, and then instead of taking pills, we go and have the
Take a
herbs, and then
tincture.
it works, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, but very inspiring, and please don't stop and keep up, you know, keep up
Yes,
with a good
yes,
job.
we just
Yes.
keep going.
Yeah, keep on going. So, okay, so it sounds like things are going very well for you and your business. And a lot of medical professionals are looking toward the future and looking at how they can create a real past monthly cash flow, especially, that inflation and the uncertainties in economy these days. And sometimes they're looking into enhance or even replace their current active income. What are your thoughts about this?
Well, yes, I think now with south of what is happening south of the border with all the tariffs and stuff, that a lot of businesses are facing some issues, and so are we. Like, we used to be able to send our products to US, and now the regulation has changed. There are like duties imposed on products, even very like less than $100 people buy, I think they have to pay duty. So those are the challenges that we are actually facing. So to answer your question, to sustain yourselves as businesses, small SMEs in Canada, please look outward. Go diversify, go look at the markets that are out there, go travel to Asia, Southeast Asian countries, emerging countries like Indonesia, Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, and of course China, India. That's where the growth is. Like, think about, North American North population, 300 something in US, and we are 40 million. We are nothing, nobody compared to the billions that are out there, and they're coming up. I was in Indonesia few months ago, and it's what, 286 million people, out of which 60% of them are middle class, are in the middle class region. So imagine their buying power. So that's where the market is. That's where you should look forward to, and that's where you should be doing the business. And so yeah, if you can maintain your status in Canada, do what you can in Canada, but if you want to sustain yourself and grow, you must diversify and look into the Asian markets.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I love that. So we are wrapping up our interview. What exciting plans or initiatives do you have in the work for the next 6 to 12 months?
Well, we have a lots going on. As I said, that our main proposition for our company is to find these therapies for the liver cancer. So we are working on the two liver cancer candidates, and we just recently talked to an oncologist here in Alberta. He's very enthusiastic about what we have seen in this our preliminary studies. So if we can show some safety studies and some pivotal studies done, then we hope that we can go and go into the human studies very soon. So this is the most exciting thing that we are doing. And I hope by next year, in 12 months or so, that we will have these candidates that probably will can be given to humans, and we can go into clinical trials as well. And besides that, we are looking for entering into two big markets, which is China and India, for some of our products. So this is what keeps me busy, and this is what wakes me up in the morning, and we just keep going.
I love your story. Thank you so much for your time today and sharing some of your great insights and great, excite plans with
Thank
us.
you.
Yes. So it was a real pleasure to have you on the show today, Najat. If people would like to connect with you, how they can get a hold of you?
Yeah, my email is, I can share my email with you, is ntzaman@sinoveda.com. I can just spell it for you, ntzaman at sinoveda, sinoveda.com. That's my email. And my phone number is 780-264-0818. More than happy to chat with anyone anywhere. If my story or anything that we are doing, brought some excitement in you, or if something, so you have some burning questions, feel free to reach out to me. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you so much, Najat, today.
Thank you. Thank you, Amy.
Want to share your success story? Apply to be a guest at truenorthsuccessshow.com/guest. We'd love to hear from you.